Hi, everybody. Man, oh man, oh man. This story right here really, really, really is so sad. It is so sad, guys. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the childhood show, The Power Rangers. I used to love that show growing up. Well, the Green Power Ranger, Jason Frank, Jason David Frank, ended his life in one of the most sad ways. And this story really made me feel so sad for him because when a person chooses to end their life, that means they are truly suffering inside and they feel mentally, internally trapped by the torturous turmoil they're going through. And there's a bunch of different variables for why they're suffering, and sometimes because of society's ability and failure also to acknowledge the hurt and pain of these individuals, constantly disregarding the pain and hurt of these individuals. They feel trapped within these emotions and sometimes they bury it inside and they don't address it. This one's really sad because Jason ended his life uh, after a pending divorce. He had been married to his wife for 19 long years. They have, I believe, 4 kids, but let me get the facts right, guys, because I'm trying to read this from memory. He's 49 years old. Okay. Let me make sure I have the facts right. I will get into the number of kids he has because I'm going to read this article, but I like to always just kind of give my initial review of it before I talk about the actual facts. But he has children. That's the sad part about it. He left children, and children, the sad part is the children look up to their parents. They look up to their parents. And so there is this spiritual aspect to families, and they're called generational curses, generational hindrances. And so, what I mean by that, kids see and they watch their parents. And the fact that he self concluded like this, I'm just praying that that doesn't affect his kids and their outlook on life and their beliefs that, oh, if things aren't working well for me, then I should, end my life. Now, he's been with this woman for 19 years. Let me make sure I'm with the right person. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that is his wife, Tammy Frank, right here. He's been with her for 19 years. And just back on July 1st, she filed for divorce because she claimed that he was cheating on her and that they were having a lot of arguments, this couple. It was a very volatile relationship. In fact, when I get into the details of how he self concluded, it's pretty sad. And you can pretty much link it back to the toxicity of this relationship based on the timeline of when he ended his life, when we get into that. But it's very sad because there's a lot of hurting souls out there in our world. And the enemy latches on to these people and tortures them with more and more oppression, and especially when it comes to men, because men are they're very prideful, and they have a hard time sometimes showing their vulnerability, and that can really eat away at a person when you're, especially you're a man and you're taught by society to always exude this external strength when in reality you're broken inside. And there's another layer of issues in this case. He's a celebrity. And based on my interactions with celebrities, because this year I have met some of the prominent Hollywood celebrities that I didn't think I'd ever meet. I actually met a lot of celebrities. I've even met, I'm not going to say names, but I've, sat in a meeting with a particular celebrity that a lot of people know and a lot of people are bullying right now, that I don't think is okay because I know her background story, and they're going around and just keep harassing this woman, and I know what she's going through mentally. And this woman is talking about how depressed she is, and it sounded as though, and she's a celebrity too, and it sounds as though she was, thinking self-conclusion thoughts. And man, I used my little minutes I had with her to just, speak life into her and give her some resources for mental health. But I hear a lot about these celebrities, and they are depressed, y'all. I was so surprised because, we see these celebrities and we're like, wow, they're so amazing and they must be living this great life. But no, behind closed doors, a lot of them are depressed. And I mean, some of the lowest depression you'll ever imagine how torturous they are. And that's why a lot of them get on drugs to try to bury their hurts away. But I can tell you from firsthand knowledge that I have, I'm not going to give you the name of the people that I've met that are in recently this year, but I've met a couple of celebrities. I've even talked to one in particular. It was very sad. It made me thankful that I'm not a celebrity. After I've talked to this, I'll say this particular one I talked to, and hearing how depressed she was and how um, alone she felt in Hollywood, and how, she said the higher you get in, this society, the more alone you feel. That was the last words I heard from her that stick in my mind. Um, the more alone you feel in this world. And so celebrities are more vulnerable to self conclusions in a lot of ways because of the pressures of Hollywood. And then they have to keep this exterior of perfection and happiness and everything's going well. Because if they let out any form of vulnerability, well, then all the tabloids are going to get a hold of it and everybody's going to know about it. So they have a layer of just extra pain and torment that we may not know about because we don't have to worry about that. Like if I'm having an issue, I don't have to worry about the whole world knowing about it. If I have a breakup, nobody cares. Okay, but if a celebrity has a divorce, like this man was going through and being humiliated because everybody knows his business, everybody knows that he's this woman is divorcing him because of infidelity, and she's claiming that there's a lot of toxicity and he's toxic. Well, now he's humiliated in front of the entire world. Okay. That's a layer of depression that this man was feeling. And then the very moment before he self concludes, there's this other humiliating situation where, of course, the tabloids are going to get a hold of it. And now he's going to have to deal with all these people knowing about it. So, after he self concludes, his wife is now going through being harassed by a lot of people online. His fans, which is not acceptable, his fans have harassed her. It's so sad. They're calling her all kinds of names, guys. You're using profanity, and they are just blaming her for his self conclusion. So I really pray she turns off her social media because I know she feels bad. So let's go into it, guys. Let's get into it. So Jason David Frank Marshall, he is a martial arts academy. His martial arts academy revealed plans to honor Power Rangers stars after his death. One cool thing to know about him is he is a eighth degree black belt, y'all, in martial arts. He is so cool. Now, wonder he was a green Power Ranger because he already had martial arts skills. That's cool. Eighth degree black belt? Man, I don't think I've ever known of anybody that had the eighth degree. That's pretty good. The Power Rangers family and fan base is still reeling from the death of Jason David Frank at the age of 49, having joined Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as Tommy Oliver a little later after the hit action kids series premiered. And with Tommy ultimately holding 5 different Ranger mantles, Frank was one of the franchise's most important actors. In real life, Frank was also an accomplished martial artist who ran the Rising Sun Karate School. So it's so cool. He had his own martial arts academy school. And the Martial Arts Academy has revealed it will honor the late Power Rangers star. So they're going to keep continuing on in his honor. So that's one good thing that we know about this tragedy. Rather than shut down in the wake of Jason's. Ooh, why is that doing that? It's weird glitching, guys. I think I might have to get a new laptop because it's been doing that weird green thing. Okay, but anyways, he says rather than shut down in the wake of Jason David Frank's passing, TMZ reports that the Rising Sun Karate School will continue operating, and Sam Sprudgu, a senior instructor who co-founded Rising Sun with Frank, will take over running the school. While the school's staff and students are devastated over the loss of Frank, they intend to honor his memory by passing on his teachings. Rising Sun, which has 2 locations in California. Okay, so I think he's located in California and one in Texas. They also intend to honor Jason in some capacity company wide, but it's unclear right now what that will entail. On the day, now listen to this, guys, really listen to this. On the day that Jason Frank's death was confirmed, Rising Sun Karate, which teaches the Toso Kun Do technique that Frank created, which mashes up several fighting styles, also posted below tribute to him. Although the official cause of Jason Frank's death has not been disclosed to the public, it has been reported that he died of a self-conclusion. Alleged details have come to light, okay, about the events leading up to Frank's death, including how he and his wife, Tammy Frank, who served him divorce papers back in August. They're saying this divorce papers were served back in August. There's a conflicting report saying it was July 1st, guys. So we don't know which one it was, okay? But his wife, Tammy Frank, and he got into a heated argument that was so bad at a Texas hotel that some employees came in to break it up. It was a very volatile argument that happened before he died. It was so bad that the hotel staff had to come in and break it up. This was followed by another dispute. I mean, it was very volatile, okay? So after they break it up, they go into another dispute that ended with Jason David Frank locking Tammy Frank out of his room. And when she later became concerned, she called the police, and upon entering the room, they reportedly found he hung himself in the bathroom. That is sad. When I heard that, guys, that is sad. That was telling me he was so tormented by this relationship and all that it meant and all the constant brutal arguments that he could not take it anymore. And in addition to all the humiliation associated with the fame of all this is going to get out in the tabloids, and there was allegations that Tammy was, when she was divorcing him, she was trying to take everything from him. Okay, divorce can be really emotionally draining on a man, oh, and a woman, on anyone. Let me just say anyone. Sorry, guys, I use gender, but it can be draining on a person. And the toxicity and the fact that she was divorcing him and how they went to this very volatile argument that was so bad it was broke up by the staff, and then followed by another dispute that he was so tormented by this argument that he locked himself away from her in his pain, in his agony, in the torment of the humiliation of undergoing this divorce of a woman that he loved for 19 years. And yes, he messed up. He was cheating, allegedly. We don't know if that's true, but whatever. She said it. She said he was. We don't know if it's true. But even if it was, he didn't want to be without her. But not only that, they were having all these tumultuous arguments. She was going to take everything from him. That's another piece of it. And he felt emotionally drained and took the devastating way. And it's so sad because now Tammy Frank is going to blame herself, because right after they're having this tumultuous argument, he goes in and locks himself in a bathroom and hangs himself. I can imagine him in that bathroom crying in pain, hurt, agony, not knowing what to do, feeling completely trapped, and don't want to get out of the bathroom to be back reintroduced to this argument, tumultuous argument, and all of the issues associated with the divorce and the breakup of the home and the kids being disappointed in him. This was so much on Jason that he allowed the enemy to be in there with him in his mind and torment this poor man to death. But let's hear some other things he was going through. Additionally, Jason David Frank was being sued by Jason Meekins, who claims to be the father of the child that the late Shayla Bergeron, Tammy Frank's daughter, and the Power Rangers star's stepdaughter had. So he was also being sued, y'all. That's crazy. He's being sued by Jason Meekins, and that's the father of the child that the late Shayla Bergen, Tammy Frank's daughter, and the Power Rangers star's stepdaughter had. So he's being sued basically by his stepdaughter's baby's father. There was a lot of toxicity in this family, and that Jason was enduring, and he felt so trapped because he had to put on this image of perfection and everything's going right. If you look on this guy's Twitter, you can't really find anything on here that shows he was going through stuff. So he was putting up a facade. It's hard to keep up a facade. And in fame, you cannot let stuff out of what you're going through because you'll be plastered all over the front page of whatever Time magazine, newspaper, all that. So look, all you see on his page is just images of perfection. You think this guy's life is truly the most amazing life ever. And so he's trapped in this illusion of fake reality. That's torture to him. And then he has to deal with all of the tumultuous toxicity of this failing marriage where she's going to take everything from him. He's facing legal issues with his stepdaughter's baby's father. There's also indications that Tammy's daughter, another one of her daughters, died. Now, I don't know if that daughter is his daughter, but there's an emotional part and weight on that of losing a child. So Jason was dealing with a lot of different pain, emotional pain that he felt trapped within, and he was not able to express because he had to carry this image of perfection around to keep up this image in society. And the thing that makes me so sad about this story is how he literally, to escape the tumultuous relationship with this woman, to escape Tammy, he locked himself in a bathroom away from her. He didn't even want to come out the bathroom. That's how bad it was. That is very sad in his last moments in that bathroom. And he would rather end his life than go back out of that bathroom to be to reignite this same tumultuous argument, all of the weights of the financial issues and this bitter ex-wife that wants to take everything from him, and now this other guy looking to sue him, and just, there was so much on his mind. Wish he would have just reached out to Jesus. He would have helped. I really do. After Jason David Frank's death was confirmed, many of Jason Frank's Mighty Morphin Power Ranger co-stars, they paid tribute to him, including Amy Jo Johnson, who played Kimberly Hart, the original Pink Ranger. That was my favorite Ranger. I love the pink one because I love pink. Anyway, that was a side note. Frank's initial tenure in the Power Ranger franchise lasted from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to the first half of Rangers Turbo, with Tommy Oliver being the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, Zeo Ranger V Red, and the Red Turbo Ranger. Frank was among the Red Ranger actors who appeared in the Power Rangers Wild Force episode, Forever Red. And then in 2004, he returned as a series regular for Power Rangers Dino Thunder, with the show seeing Tommy become the Black Dino Ranger, along with later appearing in the Power Rangers Super Mega Force finale Legendary Battle and the Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel episode. It's pretty sad because he's the second Power Ranger. I think there's 3 Power Rangers that have died, right? Or is it just 2? I know the Yellow Power Ranger, she was not on the Power Ranger show for too long, but she was the Asian one. She died too. I forgot how she died though. Frank also played alongside Johnson in the 2017 Power Rangers movie. I definitely remember him though. It's so sad. And it's really cool that he actually was a black belt. So a lot of those different stunts was him, just him and in his own originality. And they're just saying, they said, we here at Semina Blend continue to extend our condolences to Jason David Frank's family and friends during this difficult time. He will be missed. Let's see if we could take a look at some pictures of him to remember him. It's sad. So he died in Texas. I think he was living in Texas. But let's look into this article, because this article is going to give us a little bit more too. He played the Green Ranger in the 1990s. Um, and he's longtime resident. He's a longtime resident of Houston, Texas. I'm sorry that I thought it was California. So he's actually a longtime resident of Houston, Texas. He just has a business located in California and one located in Texas for the Martial Arts Academy. He loved his family and friends and fans very much. He's truly will be missed. The actor's family has yet to make a statement. I feel bad for that wife because I know she's really beating herself up like, man, I shouldn't have, who knows what she's saying. She probably feels bad. Oh, I was right. He does have 4 kids, guys. I was right. So he'll be truly missed. The actor's family has yet to make a statement. He is survived by his 4 children, Hunter, Jacob, Sky, and Jenna. That's what I'm worried about right now. I'm worried about these 4 kids because they saw their dad in their life in this way. And I don't want them to think that that's the way that they solve problems because it's not. It is not. Hanks, it's just sad that he was tortured so bad that he locked himself in a bathroom, y'all. Away from what was causing him all the pain, his wife. Frank's wife, Tammy Frank, to whom he married since 2003. He's been married since 2003, y'all. Filed for divorce earlier this year after accusing the actor of infidelity. He was previously married to Shauna Frank from 1994 to 2001. So it looks like, I mean, he seems to carry some long marriages, but they just don't seem to work out after a while. And having to go through another divorce probably was something he dreaded. He's like, oh no, he remembers the first one and how long and probably drawn out it was and all experiences with that. And I don't think he wanted to go through that either. Frank was best known for playing Tommy Oliver on the original run of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show. Let's see. Jones, 51, told People that JDF was an inspiration to so many people. His presence will be dearly missed. Oh, he also had a wild sense of humor, so it looks like he was really funny. They said we had shared ups and downs, but oh, look, let's look at that. We had shared ups and downs. A lot of these celebrities, they confide in people they know, and you'll be surprised at the things they go through, man. Man, they go through a lot, and he probably was telling them of all the stuff he was going through. This guy says, but I stay consistent about being an ear if he needed one. See? So it looks like this was the person he was confiding in about the different depression and pains he was going through. This sentence here tells me that this man had already been going through an extended amount of a lot of issues, and he had been secretly confiding in this friend who would listen to him. But the problem is in the celebrity world, you feel trapped because you can't let that stuff out because it ends up on tabloids. That can make it another layer of just depression because you're being fake in front of the world. You have to pretend to smile and make sure pretend everything looks good and you're happy, but you're really miserable. I hear so many sad stories of celebrities. It's really sad. My prayers go out to his family and all that we will miss. May he rest in peace, he said, telling of Jason's history as an on-set prankster. So he was pretty funny and did a lot of pranks on set. Professional wrestler Iron Sheik wrote, "Rest in peace, JDF. You were the real legend, Bubba. I love you forever. Rest in peace, legend." So let's take a look at some of these photos. Here is, oh, he's a White Ranger here. There he is as a White Ranger. Interesting. And then here he is with his green, and he repped his Green Ranger till the end, y'all. If you guys go on his Instagram and on his Twitter, he's just constantly repping his image as the Green Ranger. Jason David Frank, best known for his portrayal of the original Green Ranger, is believed to have taken his life over the weekend. Okay, this happened on the weekend, you guys. So they just now are letting us know about this. It's sad that he didn't even live to be 50 before his 50th birthday. This is a beautiful picture of him, actually, right here. So here's a photo of him in his outfit for his costume as the Green Ranger. Oh, this is interesting to know. He portrayed many different color rangers over the years, including green. So that's why it makes sense now why he is this white ranger here. Y'all wasn't watching it that religiously, so I didn't know he was also the green ranger. I mean, the white ranger. So he's also the white ranger here. So they're saying he portrayed different colors rangers, including green and oh, green, white, and the red ranger. Oh, cool. So he was not only the green one, he was a white and the red ranger. That's pretty cool. And he returned to the franchise for a handful of movies. So I think they really could use him because of his martial arts background. So he probably was very useful. So that's why they were using him for different rangers, because he had the expertise and the skill. They didn't have to worry about doing much, hiring stunts or whatever people to train him, because he already knew what he was doing, y'all. He's an eighth degree black belt. That's pretty cool. It's another photo of him in character. Pretty cool. It's gonna make me want to go watch the Power Rangers show now. Jason Frank, second to the left in Short Shot from Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. Have any of you guys seen the Power Rangers movies? I've never watched any of the movies. I just watched the show. I didn't even know they had movies. That's interesting. Were any of them good? Let me know, because I probably might watch it now. Here he is again. I told you he repped the Power Rangers till the end. He was loyal. That's one thing I could tell you about Jason, is he is loyal. Everywhere he was standing position. I just admire that. Frank was a trained martial artist off screen and fought professionally from 2008 to 2010. Wow, I didn't know that about him, that he fought professionally for 2008 to 2010. Pretty short career though, it was 3 years. It's not that long. So here is the couple that we're talking about here. She was his late wife, the one that was married since 2003, and they've been married. Her name is Tammy. I feel sorry for her, y'all, because she's getting all kinds of hate mail right now. Oh my gosh. Jason's fans are going in on her, and I really hope they just stop doing that, because she's suffering. Really, she's already beating herself up because she probably regrets the argument and what they were saying. She's like, oh my God, I wish I didn't. So she's probably feeling bad as it is. He was first introduced as the Green Ranger in season 1, in which he was positioned as an enemy of the Rangers. Oh, so he was positioned as the villain? Oh, okay. So he was positioned as an enemy of the Rangers before harnessing his powers for good. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the Power Rangers, y'all, so I can get reintroduced, because I haven't watched it in a while. He was initially set for just a 14-episode run, but his character proved to be so popular that the actor was brought back as a full-time ranger. I see why, though, because I'm telling you, he had that martial arts skills. That was like, we got to keep him around. But I just find it interesting, guys, that he played 3 different colors. I thought he was just the Green Ranger. But it's so interesting to know he switched roles. When his powers as a Green Ranger began to deteriorate, he was returned into White Ranger. Oh, nice. And went on to become the new leader of the crime and monster fighting group. He starred on the children's show for 3 seasons, totaling 123 episodes. That's a pretty successful career. If I were to ever be an actress, which I don't have any desire to be a celebrity based on the stuff they go through, I'm good. But if I were to, I would definitely want to be a part of a series and like do the seasons, because I feel like they make a lot of money, and I feel like it's more stability. Because if you're a part of like seasons, like episodes and seasons, like if you're like a star in a TV show, I feel like you have more stability, because you're like, if you're a good show though, and there's multiple seasons of your show, then I feel like that's a lot of stability. He also reprised his role in several Power Ranger movies in which he portrayed Red Ranger, Black Ranger, and Green Ranger again. Dang. Okay, so he was four different colors now, because we heard of 3. So he was a Green Ranger before, a Red Ranger, a Black Ranger, and the White Ranger. He might as well just play all the roles. They were just giving him all the colors. Wow. Okay, prior to his passing, JD was dealing with issues on the home front. This is where we really need to look at as to the nexus to what was leading to this man's depression. This is really when you look at. So he was facing some issues in the forefront. His wife of nearly 2 decades. Man, that's a hard divorce. That's a very hard divorce. Divorce as it is enough, but 2 decades with somebody. Tammy Frank, with whom he shares an 18-year-old daughter, filed for divorce earlier this year after accusing him of adultery. And men sometimes, even if they committed adultery, they expect you to stay. They do. As unreasonable as it is, they don't want you to leave. They still can't handle the fact that you leave them. I've heard of some stories where, see, they do different things. Either, I heard some stories where this guy was cheating on this woman left and right, and he had the nerve to kill her when she was going to divorce him. I'm like, but you was the one cheating. You could have kept your wife. You were the one cheating. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they expect that if they cheat, you still have to stick around. I don't know. You guys make it make sense. I don't know. And Tammy's older than him. Remember, we said he's 49. Well, she's 57. So she's a little Kruger, too. She was rocking the cradle. Okay. So Tammy, 57, listed infidelity on her divorce documents filed earlier this year. She also sought their Texas home. See where it is? She was and car in the split. She's trying to take everything from this poor man. And he'd been through this before with the first wife. He knows how long and taxing and emotionally draining a divorce can be. And this wife he's been with for 19 years is leaving him and taking everything from him. And he's being sued by another, I would call it a relative because that guy is the father of his stepdaughter. So I would say somewhat of someone associated with him. He's being sued there. This man was facing financial issues and sure trying to take everything from him. So, and then before he dies, right within the time frame, they're having a brutal argument. A very brutal argument, so bad it had to be broken up and then just reignited again. And he ran into a bathroom, locked himself in there because he couldn't stand the argument. And it was so torturous to him that he'd rather stay locked in that bathroom and take his life than to go back out and to feel that pain again. That is a very sad position to be in. I pray for his soul, Lord. Pray for his soul. And I don't even know if he had God. That's one of the core things you need to have in your life to be able to sustain happiness in this world or be able to overcome the hardships of this world. Because the enemy will torture you with the worries of this world. And if you don't have God to help you, and you need to have your therapist and you need to have that social support that can really be there to help you through it with your affirmations and your prayers and all the things we talk about in these different self-conclusions stories, to fight the worries of our life, because each of us go through it. All of us do. We're not immune to depression. So she sought their Texas home and car in the split. Man, Tammy, could you give him something? Give the man a break. Where he gonna stay at now? She listed the date of their separation as July 1st of this year. Okay, this is making sense now, guys. Okay, this is making sense. So they separated July 1st. She filed for divorce in August. Now it makes sense because the two articles had conflicting information. They separated July 1st. She filed divorce August. And that makes sense where the emotional depression started to truly unhinge in this man's life. It truly took this man out. And let me tell you why. Look, this man had been faithfully posting on his Twitter so long. You can see he's posting. He may not post every day. Okay. He was posting so regularly on his Twitter. Notice this. February, December. He's so diligent in posting on his Twitter. Right? Just keep posting. He's got these different tour dates, new dates, promoting his Power Ranger career. But look it up here. When that divorce is filed on August, whatever in August, he never posts again. Never post again. I found that very, 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 very important when I saw that. He broke down when she filed divorce. I'm not saying two wrongs make a right. I'm not saying that Tammy was wrong for divorcing him because he cheated on her. I understand she had a right to stand up for who she was. And if a man's cheating on her, she has a right to divorce, as it is. But he didn't. It truly broke this man down. I feel Jason couldn't take it. And it brought back nightmares of the first divorce and the pain that he went through with that. And now there's kids involved. And this relationship's getting more and more tumultuous. But you notice here, he never posts again after that divorce was filed. That was very, very, that was something I really looked at. Because before I knew that they filed for divorce, I looked at his Twitter and I was like, interesting. He never posts since August 1st. I wonder why. And I started looking into the case and I'm like, oh, she filed divorce in August. Makes sense. Now, he kept posting on his Instagram, so I'll give him that. But you know, some people, they do manage these for him too. So who knows if it's actually him posting this information. I don't know. Who knows who's posting this stuff for him. They posted something last on November 15th. But here, this right here, when he stopped posting, he shut down. He shut down and stopped. He literally stopped living, in my opinion. And y'all can make your own analysis. I'm just looking at it from my way. He stopped living in his mind. He just shut down. Because he had been trying and trying and trying and trying and trying to get past all the different stuff that he was going through, trying to talk to different people about it, but carrying this image of perfection on the outside. And when the one person that he'd been with for 19 years gave up on him, he gave up on life. That's what I feel. In my intuition. But I could be wrong. You guys let me know what you think. So Tammy, like I said, she's 57. She listed infidelity in her divorce documents. She was taking his home, his car, all that stuff. She added that the marriage was no longer functioning. Okay, because there was some toxicity in this marriage. This marriage was not perfect. It wasn't just about infidelity, okay? It was due to discord and conflict between them. And that's evident because the very day he took his life, he was in the heat of a long, extended battle and an argument that was so tumultuous, it drew attention from the public, from the hotel staff. Probably public members are seeing all this. So they just had ongoing arguments, and that was also a wear and tear on his emotional stability as well and his happiness. And so she said, due to the discord and conflict between them, she said she could no longer live with Jason because of his cruel treatment toward her. Interesting. So he was also contributing to the toxicity of his relationship, cruel treatment. That's vague, though. We don't know exactly what she means by cruel treatment. I wish we could hear both sides of this relationship. Clearly, there was some toxic aspects to Jason, but we can't just take her word for it. Yes, there was some toxicity on his end, probably, but we can't take her word for it. We got to hear both sides. What was her part of it too? Because it takes two people to argue. We know that. So these arguments cannot function if he's just cruel to her. She has to participate. And clearly on the day that this man took his life, they were both participating in the argument. So in my opinion, they were both toxic to one another. It's not just one-sided. That's my opinion. You guys let me know what you think. But that's enough this is showing us a lot of the indicators of the pinpoints of why this man was facing depression, financial issues, financial loss, legal battles, divorce, lawsuits, separation of a household, division of the children and what their perception is of the divorce, having to relive the nightmares of a divorce because he's had one before and he knows how extensive and long and draining and painful they are. And being with someone for 19 years and they gave up on him, he gave up on life. When she gave up on him, he gave up on life. He stopped living. Even though he looked like he was living on the outside mentally. Mentally, my opinion is he stopped living long before he took his life. That's what I think. Long before he decided to do the act, he stopped living mentally, in my opinion. She added that the marriage was, did I say that already, guys? Oh, I did that. So Jason was reportedly served divorce papers while at a Comic-Con event in Texas. Dang, that is so messed up. And it's humiliating. That's humiliating. As a celebrity, you're at an event and you get served divorce papers and the media's there. They're taking pictures as the papers are being handed to you. Imagine what celebrities go through, you guys. It's not as amazing as Hollywood makes it appear. All that glitters is not gold. I feel like celebrities suffer a lot more emotional torment than the average person. And the worst part about it is it's displayed all over the US and they all over the world. Sorry, all over the world, not just the US, all over the world, because people around the world follow these celebrities. And they have to hear all the backlash and people making fun of them and all the horrible comments and oh my God, imagine all the hate mail and just I don't want to be a celebrity. I wouldn't wish that on. I'm good. I'm good. And you think celebrities, especially the beautiful ones, you think that, oh, wow, they're so glamorous. They must never feel insecure. They're some of the most insecure people you will ever meet because they're constantly judged on how they look, from what they wear to their weight. If they gain even a little bit of weight, you're going to see on the front page, oh my gosh, look, Halle Berry is looking pudgy lately. Check out this swimsuit that she has on and her stomach spilling over her waist or whatever. You know what I'm saying. You and I, if we gain a little weight, nobody really is going to care. You and I don't have to worry about that. We can get in our car and drive to a grocery store and not worry about being chased down by paparazzi. And you can wear your little moo if you want and nobody cares, okay? I mean, they might look at you and side eye you, but still, it don't matter. They don't care. But if Halle Berry goes or if Jennifer Lopez go and wear a little moo to the grocery store, everybody's going to know and they're going to be making fun of her. So imagine having to be perfect all the time, 24/7. And imagine how Jason was feeling. And he's at a Comic-Con event to be humiliated. Divorce papers handed to him. That's got to hurt. He stopped living back August 1st. That's what I think. Carried that image that he was still here, but mentally he was gone. And buried himself away in that bathroom, didn't even want to come out and face all the worries and the pain and the trauma and the toxicity of that relationship. It's so sad. I don't think this was just something that happened out of nowhere because of this blown up argument. I really believe that he had been thinking about this for a long time and he had stopped living. He'd been suffering for many years and he was facing a lot of legal battles and financial loss and things being taken from him. And he just couldn't take it again. He didn't want to go through a whole nother set of legal battles and divorces and all these things that he had faced before. He stopped fighting. He just stopped. He didn't want to keep going. It's sad. But this is pretty cool, guys. Like Jason, Tammy was trained in martial arts and served as a producer and star of the show My Morphin Life, a reality show that delivered an inside look into the couple's life. That is pretty cool that she's in martial arts with him. So I can see where their love really helped keep them together because they had something in common. That's pretty cool. I didn't know they had a reality show, guys. That was pretty neat. Did you guys watch that show, the reality show? Let me know if you watched it. So guys, here's where it is. Hateful comments have began populating Tammy's social media pages as fans of Jason's blame her for his death, y'all. She's going through it. She might as well deactivate everything. I'm just saying. Somebody said, "You killed him, B," wrote one user. Somebody said, "Funny you claim he cheated on you and was cruel to you, but you want all his stuff," wrote another user. Several months ago, Tammy marked the 1 year anniversary of the loss of her daughter, Shayla Frank. That is interesting. So they also was going through a death. Now let's go back, because is that the name of, let's go back real quick, guys. Is that the name of that girlfriend who's suing? Oh, that's Tammy Frank, child of late Shayla Bergen, Tammy Frank's daughter. Does she have two kids named Shayla, guys? Because look, this guy, Jason Meekins, was suing Jason, and he is the father of the child of the late Shayla Bergen. Do they have two kids named Shayla, or she had a different last name? Make it make sense. Y'all let me know in the chat. But either way, their daughter died. They face a loss of a child. That can also wear and tear on a relationship. It's their 1 year anniversary. Tammy went through a lot of emotional pain. She probably shut down in the marriage, which led to the infidelity because she was really mourning the death of her daughter. That I've seen a lot of people divorce too after loss of a child because of just the emotional turmoil of that. So imagine all the weight of just pain this man was going through. And he had to carry this image like everything was going okay. If you go on this man's Instagram, you would never know. If you didn't read an article and you just looked on his Instagram and you looked at his Twitter, you would never even know. You would think that this man had everything together, because that's what celebrities have to do. They have to pretend like everything is okay. But you can tell this man shut down a long time ago. He even he shut down. I know people are going to say, "You're thinking too deep into it with the whole Twitter posting." Not everybody. Guys, to me, I don't feel it's a coincidence. Why does he stop posting in August, the very month where she files divorce? He could have stopped any other month. I just don't feel it's a coincidence to me. I just feel that something is linked to that. It's not really a big deal, but I just looking behind that behavior just to see what I feel maybe he's going through. Who knows? That's sad that they lost a daughter, Shayla Frank. I'm not sure if that's his biological kid, guys. Let me know. Oh, no, it's not his biological kid, because he has 4 kids. But still, a stepdaughter, I've seen people who really bond with their stepkids and they become their own kid. So that's another pain he was going through in that marriage. Frank was trained in MMA fighting, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, a handful of other martial arts. He fought professionally from 2008 to 2010. In Houston, he owned a training studio called Rising Sun Karate, where he taught Toso Kundo, I've totally probably said that wrong, which translate to the way of fighting fist. The studio taught a style of martial art created by Frank, who had for years studied various methods of self-defense. Frank's final film, Legend of White Dragon, is due out next year. Guys, he's going to have a movie come out next year. We got to all watch it, okay? We got to support him, even though he's not here, but let's try to support him in his movie. That's so neat that he got to do a movie before he died, but I'm just so sad that he took his life. I'm so sad that he was suffering so bad that he didn't want to come out that door and face the worries of his life anymore. My heart hurts for that poor man. Man. But it's cool that he has a movie coming out next year. That's interesting. He revealed earlier this year that he was retiring from the Power Rangers franchise. Wow. Here's Power Rangers. They said, to those who possess great power, all things are possible. Power Rangers and Jason Frank showed the entire world that great power truly is. It is knowledge, confidence, bravery, courage, morality, kindness, teamwork. JDF was iconic to PR. He always will be. There he is. He was so handsome, y'all. To those who possess the great power, all things are possible. I am really sad by this story, guys. I'm trying to keep my composure on here, but I'm breaking down inside. This is sad. Because I'm an empath, I always feel like I can tap into people's feelings, which sucks. Is anybody out here in the chat an empath? If you know what I feel, it's like we can like feel exactly what other people are feeling, and it sucks. Because if they're feeling a lot of pain, you feel the pain with them, and it's not a good position to be in. Frank made frequent martial arts and Power Ranger related appearances at conventions across the country. He is pictured above during a display at the Wizard World Austin Comic Con in 2013. Here's another photo of him. Oh, see, I think this is the girl, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. This one right here, she also passed away. There was an Asian one that was Yellow Ranger. It was a lot of tragedies that happened. I think there was also a tragedy with this one, guys. Let me know in the chat. Somebody said it, but I might be wrong. But the Rangers have faced a lot of stuff, man. This was my favorite one because she was pink. That was the only reason why I liked her. But yeah, they're so awesome. Did something happen to one of the Black Rangers? Can y'all let me know? Oh, you was there, Amazing Tribe? Hi, Amazing Tribe. Did anything happen to the Black Ranger? Somebody let me know, because I thought something did. I did remember watching a story about her, though. Hers was pretty sad. And this is him. He had the best outfit. They had him laid out, y'all. He had the best outfit, in my opinion. Wow. Frank from the third left, pictured with the original cast of the children's show. From left to right, David Yost, Tui Trang. Yeah, I think something happened to her. Jason, David, Frank, Austin, St. John, Amy Jo Johnson, and Walter Jones. Those are our cool legendary Rangers. Several years ago, okay, let's read this too. Several years ago, Frank was kicked out of a Power Ranger premiere in Los Angeles when he attempted to record his cameo appearance in the film. The then 43-year-old actor streamed his complaints about the experience to his 900,000 followers on Facebook. He said, no one said that we couldn't have videos, first of all, he told fans, adding that he was followed out of the theater and into the bathroom by security guards who wanted to check what he recorded on his iPhone. Man, that's pretty dramatic. He said, they treated me pretty bad, he said. So this is him right here. I'm curious. Hopefully it'll play, y'all. Pray for me, because I've been having weird stuff with my laptop. I need to get a new laptop. So
Before and bath fitter. Now's the
see, look at it. It's green. I need to get a new laptop, y'all.
Tub over tub process. There's no mess or stress. Bath fitter. It just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free.
I need a new laptop, so just pray for me to get a new laptop.
I'm thinking, all right, let's see what this is all about. It was great. It was good.
Excuse the glitching.
And there's one particular moment in the movie that I wanted to look at least maybe take a picture of or a video of. No one said that we couldn't have videos, first of all right? No one said anything else, so there's a bunch of people in there. I'm not overusing everything. I mean, Elizabeth Banks, everybody in the movie, great job. Actors,
I hate
job.
the glitching, guys. Sorry.
Great job. RJ, you killed me. Man, you made me laugh in that
Why is it doing that? For Christmas, I'm buying myself a new laptop. This one's pretty old and ancient. I think it's giving out.
Watching the movie, and I'm thinking, all right, let's see what this is all about. It was great. It was good. There's one particular moment in the movie that I wanted to look at least maybe.
I can't do the green glitching.
Or video of. No one said that we couldn't have videos, first of all.
I want to still play it, but not
All
listen.
right, no one said anything else, so there's a bunch of people in there. I'm not overusing everything. I mean, Elizabeth Banks, everybody in the movie, great job. Actors, good job. You did a great job. RJ, you killed me, man. You made me laugh in that movie. Everybody did a wonderful job. So anyway, now we're getting to the end of the movie, getting to the part that I kind of want to see and kind of want to remember things, kind of want to hear crowd reactions, and then I get pointed out. Kind of embarrassing. I get pointed out by one guy who I didn't know. I thought was high, and I was like, what is that? And he's like, you come here. So then they point. Another guy on the other side points, and they were probably pointing to Frances, but Tammy thought it was pointing to her, so they pulled us out. So now I'm missing the end of the movie, guys. I'm missing the end of the movie. So I get out. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking what this is all about, and of course, security. Hey, you got your iPhone? Give me your iPhone. I said, no. First of all, nobody's getting my iPhone. I'm not getting punked like that, all right? So the security guy just kept, I just being badgering me about this, man. Like, now I'm missing the movie. I'm hearing things going, rawr, and people chatting and screaming, and I'm like, great, I'm outside, so I'm in the movie. They're harassing me, like literally harassing me. I'm like, okay, dude, look, I'm the dude in the movie, so whatever. He's like, it doesn't matter, you know. And so I'm like, okay, you do what you want. I'm not posting anything. I have so much stuff that I can post that I will post later, but I'm always loyal to Saban. I'm loyal to Lionsgate. I don't ruin spoilers. That's why I say you have to go watch the movies. But then it gets worse. Now I'm in the bathroom, and I'm going to the bathroom. I'm taking care of my business, all right? and they send security people in the bathroom
Dang.
to come talk to me about what's on my phone. Now this big ordeal. Now I'm already like in a bad mood because I missed the end of the movie, and they're harassing me. And then they send the head of security over, and I basically told him I don't care who he is, man. Like, you can't just walk up and rudely be, rude to people and think that I'm gonna do something. I get what they're doing, but no one said no phones. I'm not recording it. I didn't post anything from the movie, but they treated me pretty bad.
Dang, that's pretty messed up. He probably was so embarrassed to being a celebrity and being treated that way. And I hate advertisement. And not only that, but it's going to be released all over. So now he's embarrassed because not only is he has to be humiliated in the bathroom, but now everybody will know because it's going to be released in the front page of the news. That's humiliating. So he had to go and speak to his 900,000 fans to explain away what was going on. Imagine if you have to do that all the time if an embarrassing moment happens to you. That must be a horrible way to live. Like, if you and I have an embarrassing moment, maybe some people who are there will know about it, but that's it. It's it and all, unless you go and tell your friend about it. No one else will know. But him, the whole world knows if he does something, and it's just, man, that's got to be a lot of pressure on somebody too. I wouldn't want to be in that position. But here is a photo of him. Sorry, guys, my computer's having issues. I'm going to be getting a new one, so forgive me. Don't be... People are so mean, man. They be getting on my nerves. They always be like, yeah, they're just so judgmental. Sorry, guys, so judgmental in the chats. And not the chats, but you guys are so sweet in the chats. It's the comments. It is the comments that those people be brutal. Anywho, they think I be working for them. I'm like, first of all, y'all are not paying me. I just come on here because I like talking about stories. But anyways, okay, I got off on a tangent. So here is a photo of Jason with his wife. They seem like they smiling here, y'all, but that marriage, woo, that marriage went through a lot of pain. Jason and wife Frank on Labor Day, that was 2021. And imagine all the toxicity and the pain they went through during lockdown and during COVID. Because during COVID, there was a lot of divorces. So even though they made it past that, they probably went through a lot of arguments and stuff during COVID too. Tammy filed for divorce in 2022 after 19 years of marriage to Frank. She accused the actor and mixed martial artist of infidelity, as we already know. This is his beautiful daughter. She was stunning. She actually wants to get into the entertainment industry too, man. I pray she doesn't get into the entertainment industry. It's not what it's all cracked out to be, honey girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. She's gorgeous though, right? Jenna Frank, who JDF shared with Tammy, turned 18 in June, so she just became an adult. She's attempting to follow her father's footsteps into the entertainment industry. She will also make an appearance in Legend of the White Dragon. Oh, so she's going to be featured in his latest movie. So that's going to be interesting. I think this is her first breakout movie. So we shall see how she does on that. I wish her the best, but I pray she doesn't do the entertainment industry. It's not good. Frank was reportedly served divorce papers at a Comic-Con convention in Texas earlier this year. That had to have been horrible for him. Man, he probably was just so embarrassed and so down and so depressed, because when a couple just separates, there's still room for hope. There's still room for hope of reconciliation, that maybe they will get back together. But when they serve those divorce papers,